Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 20. I am your host, Rage Bully, as always. Joining me this time, it's DX Takamina on the right and Derek on the bottom. Say hi, everybody.
Hello,
Sup?
sup.
Hey. Sup?
And I immediately screwed up a bit.
Uh-oh.
The Skype is currently not filled. I'll fix this right away. So just let's continue with the show. So,
Okay.
what do you guys want to talk about? DX, why don't you start with something?
Well, I think we all seen this particular showroom from Jurina, and we had
Mm,
lots of fun in it, lots of fun with it in the middle of the week. It was a
yes.
nice Kickstarter for Derek in any way. So it
hmm
was Jurina streaming from a studio, making an EDM style song, which is quite a new direction for her, but it sounded pretty awesome, and we all went for it, and we all were into it. Oh wow. It was like first it was like, what is she doing there? And why is it so dark? And then you hear the sound and the music, and then she really went into it, and the whole chat went along with for the ride as well. And it was like, oh wow, this needs to be released. This needs to be, we need a song name, we need a date. I want to actually buy it. So, but that is not probably not just me. So, Derek, and it was like, ah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
go ahead, Derek.
oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, in addition to being actually very catchy, what they came to end up with by the end of the segment, it also was like literally watching magic unfold because as a musician, when you're in the studio, usually you go there with a preset thing or ideas, but the fact that it was so improv and basically, Robin, you had said they were using lyrics from the people, right, that were in the
Yeah,
showroom.
in the
Yep.
chat.
Yep.
So that made it even more special to see, first of all, how talented Drina is, just able to take directions. She's done this so long. The true veteran in her came out. But more to the point and more impressive, I thought, was the fact that by the end I was actually humming it, loving it. I was thinking about it afterwards, and I kept thinking they absolutely need to do something with this. And Akipi was even there, and he even saw it. So I think we might see this. Who knows? What do you guys think?
I hope so. Maybe as a coupling song or maybe as a solo
hmm
song from Juna herself, but I don't know if she made a solo debut yet. So
I
it
don't
would be
think
an
she has.
interest. No, it would be an interesting debut song if she were to debut. But hey, that's
Mm.
just me hoping, I would say.
All right. In the meantime, I fixed the Skype issue, so
Okay.
sorry about that,
Awesome.
people.
All right.
Yeah. So what I about saw this showroom? Like DX said, it was first this in dark and things like they had multiple cameras. Like this is fairly high productive. What is she going to do? And we never saw this before. We never saw a member going into the music booth and creating like a song. And you
Right.
said it's like something needs to be doing with this. I'm still thinking that this is what Matsui Jurina's project is. She a while back there was news she was starting to write her own song or like the lyrics for her own song as a project, and I think this is the next step. So she's now finding music fitting to the lyrics, and she's letting also people in the showroom add like few words to their lyrics. But yeah, after that whole showroom, the refrain of the song was stuck in my head. It's like every
Yeah.
time, like three,
Yeah.
two,
Fair enough.
one, decamateo, and then like the
Mm-hmm.
going with that. But it has such a
Exactly.
good beat on it. It's like if this I can't wait to hear a full version of this song, but
Yeah.
it seems like this is like a very different type. It fits SKE, but I can see it also as a solo song and just Judy now going like crazy dance with a nice beat and then a little pop in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's it, pretty much.
I but it's also kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of more like part of the bigger picture that Trina has now in showroom. It's something that we're seeing with Trina now. She has been dominating showroom in terms of her presence, what she's been doing, the different variety of things she's been doing. It's not just her in front of a camera most of the time. It's her doing something that's actually interesting while
Yeah.
in front of the
Exactly.
camera. I gotta be honest, like it kind of makes me think like she really wants to be the top. She wants to be the center AKB. She wants to do something to make herself stand out, even though technically she's the veteran that's kind of earned her place.
Yeah,
She doesn't
pretty
really need
much.
to do anything at this point, but she's not resting on her laurels. And I love that about her. And the fact that she did this, again, she's the only one, if you think about it, creatively speaking, that thought to do this. How cool was that? It blows me away with this girl. So I'm hoping we see more of Jurina and Showroom, if that's even possible at this point.
Exactly. He's been streaming non-stop every day for 2 weeks right now, so
Right?
it's pretty hard to miss her. It's pretty hard to miss her, so it's really like she has really embraced it, and I just hope it will result in a victory in Sosenkyo. That's what I'm really hoping right now. Because we all see how hard she works. She's streaming daily, and I don't think I've seen a member do that. Pretty much, she's the only one at the moment, I would say.
No, there are
Yeah.
just a few members who would do it on a regular basis, but not like every day and
No.
multiple times a day. Like
Yeah, exactly.
most of the time, Jurina streams 2, 3 times a day actually. Like 5 o'clock in the morning, then in the afternoon,
pretty
and then
much,
one
yeah.
before she goes to bed. It's crazy, but she's also busy. She's still doing stuff. She still has to work. She still has to perform, and she does this in her free time. Now, I know the other side is I don't want to get too negative, but maybe it's because in her downtime she has other than members no one to talk to. Maybe because she was 11, well 10, 11 when she started in the idol world.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Basically, she grew up with members as her friends, but outside the group, did she have friends, or maybe she did? I don't know how her private life is. Maybe this is to fill in
Same
the
here.
void. To you know what? I just need to talk to someone. It doesn't matter who it is. So let's put on showroom. Oh my God, here are 10,000 of my fans.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But
Mm.
it's crazy how much she has embraced it. It's mind blowing, pretty much.
I would say with Trina, like too, she's always struck me as kind of a loner, as kind of somebody who doesn't necessarily have all these people surrounding her within SKE as well as the AKB48 group. I would say Matsui Jurina sort of warmed up to her, I think, by the end of Rina leaving, but even that was sort of forced upon them because they were known as Double Matsui,
Yeah.
and like that was a marketing point. That wasn't necessarily a point of their friendship. But as time went on, you did kind of see those two, I think, get very close to each other. But even in Rena's case, she was a big loner, somebody that really set out to do her own thing, didn't give a crap what anybody thought. And I love Rena for that. Jurina, on the other hand, I would say maybe she is closer to certain members. Definitely her family. I think it's well documented. She's very close to her mother, so maybe her mother, if anything, is probably her closest friend. But then you got to think, Jurina's been on a mission since she was a little kid. I mean, she's literally grown up in AKB, like a lot of the members have, but her perhaps more so than any others at this point. I know she wants the title. She wants the crown. She's trying to figure out every possible way to get that crown. And maybe she has finally found it through Showroom because
exactly.
she's really reaching out to all of us. Showroom has become like a way to do a handshake with the girl without actually going to a handshake event because not all of us can go to Japan and do that. And even if you did go, it's so freaking complicated for a first timer. You may just be discouraged altogether at going. I mean, look at Gino, like he almost didn't even get to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
so when you think about it, Showroom, you literally can ask Matsui Jurina a question, and there's a good chance she may answer it. Then again, may not. But the fact that you even have that possibility from your home, Jurina's tapped into that consciousness, and I think at the end of the day, with Sosenkyo, fans are going to remember that. And if she can keep it up, I mean, we still got a long stretch to Sosenkyo, but if she can keep doing that, I really feel this is all part of Jurina's plan for world domination.
Yeah,
and she deserves it.
She
deserves it.
It's pretty funny though, because now since Jurina went so full force on Showroom, now the other top members are starting to think like, oh, I need to get on this, and especially Sashiara is now doing Showroom, trying to do it more, and most of the time she's doing karaoke, and it's pretty fun, but it's not that special. I liked it more when you saw in the HKT documentary at the producing stage and how she talked to members. That was more interesting. That's the interesting side when I see her produce. That's why Sashi is so interesting. The other person is also from HKT. It's Miyawaki Sakura,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
Yeah.
it's pretty funny sometimes. She did some cosplay, and like I said, she was practicing for maybe Kohaku, doing a Kizaka
Yeah,
46
for
song.
Nagasaki.
But yeah, she's also trying to do karaoke, and
But it seems like they haven't fully
yeah.
embraced it yet. If you compare it to Jirina, it's
Well,
more like
Mm.
they're not they are trying to copy Julia for yeah doing so great. They're like, oh, she's getting a lot of views. That's competition. Maybe my position is in trouble. Like everything revolves around So Senkyo eventually.
yep, pretty much.
So it
Yeah,
The
I,
could be
Sasakios, yeah.
that.
I would agree exactly with what you said, Ramen. I'd also add to it maybe perhaps that some of these girls may not be as creative or as intelligent as Trina. And I know that sounds like I'm being negative to them, but what I mean is like Trina has show business intelligence. She understands marketing. She's been doing this forever. Whereas
Yeah.
some of the younger girls that with showroom, it's a glaring look into their life, even if it's just them in a room. It's
Mhm.
so personal. Whereas Drina realizes, yes, personal equals success. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show them what my life is like. This is me in a studio. Guess what? I've been in a studio 50 million times. Let's have fun with it. Let's make the fans be
Yeah,
part of the
exactly.
studio experience, and so
Exactly.
on and so on. And today, even just now before we got on here, what was she doing? She was what, pretending to be a girlfriend, like
Yeah,
in
pretty
bed.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was actually streaming. She was actually streaming just when we wanted to start our podcast, and we were like, "Why now? Could you wait an hour?"
She's like now
Right?
in a Shinkansen, waking up next to you. That's the idea.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
which
much.
is brilliant, and she's putting on her best Bariko character, so it's
Mhm.
just it's one of those things that like she knows how to manipulate this, and I commend her for it. But I also think maybe when I say manipulate, it would denote that she's like not being sincere. I also feel in a sense she's being very passionate about it too, because I think that's Drina. I think she's a very passionate member of AKB48. She always has been, and this is just an extension of that passion, I feel.
Yeah.
So,
The
and most of all, it's just enjoyable. It's just
Yeah,
fun to
yeah, yeah,
Just
watch.
but
enjoy
and
it
the
too
other
much.
thing, they're still making money off it. I
Yeah,
can't
pretty
And
believe
much.
this
how
is
many
true,
times I'm watching a stream and there goes another Tokyo Tower,
Yeah,
right?
and
that's
it's like,
$100
oh
down the
my
drain.
god, that's
I
a
don't
lot of
care.
money.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But in a way, it's all part of the showbiz. I mean,
Mm.
J-pop and all the creative ways they figure out to get money from their fans is unbelievable. But this one actually has a lot of merit to it because it's so personal. And again, I can sit at my desk here in America and type to Jarena something, and she may actually be able to say, "Hey, what's
Yeah,
up?"
exactly.
"Oh, I like your question," and that's kind of the connection I think idol fans want, and they figured out a way to do it without making you travel to Japan and go to a handshake event to make that
Mm.
happen. So kudos to AKB management for figuring that one out, and Drina especially for figuring out, hey, I can actually connect my fans enough.
Yep.
They may actually do more than give me a Tokyo Tower. They may buy 1,000 CDs and
Yeah,
give me,
exactly.
help me
Mm.
clear the Sashi hurdle.
I'm like,
So we'll see.
Yeah, but when
oh
that
man.
special Jurina stream was happening, I was a little bit distracted with another stream I was watching at the same time, and that was Yokoyama Ewing doing, I think, her first showroom ever.
Oh right.
Um, so this was interesting, was weird. So it started up, so people are like excited, and she was in her bathroom,
Bathroom?
sitting at the
Really?
top with the curtain closed, like you hear the echo of the sounds, like okay, interesting. She wasn't alone. Then Kitahara Rie showed up,
Ah, right.
and she was basically saying, "What is Showroom? You know what? Let me make an account. Let me download the app." She was downloading the app on Showroom, making an
Wow.
account on Showroom, then started showrooming next to Yui. So there was double stream. It's like this is
Lol.
happening right now. And finally they installed it. Like, yeah, everything's working. Hi everyone. You know what? We're gonna play Uno. And it's like, okay. They're playing car games. It's like, and
Random.
with Batsu games at the end. At one moment, Yui had to be tickled for 1 minute by Kita Hararie, and it's like
Yeah.
this is really happening right now. I'm trying to watch a Judy not doing something very interesting, but I can't miss this maybe. So I put it finally on mute and thinking like maybe I'll switch into there because I want to hear the song. It's like I'm interested in the song, but it's funny that people are still jumping on Showroom, and I just they need to have like a schedule because I can't watch four people at the same time Like you have Sashi over there, you have Jurina over there, and then Nachan comes in as well. And I'm gonna continue on this in her. Oh, I always forget the title of the new drama coming up.
Oh, Kabasuka Gakuen.
Kabasuka
Kabasuka. Yeah.
Gakuen, yeah. So now, um, they are currently doing showrooms in their Kabasuka outfits.
Yeah. Oh, those look awesome. Oh wow.
So for
I was just gonna say, Drina, hello.
yeah,
Hello.
so yeah,
Ow.
you had
Wow.
Yep.
Harupi doing it with her blonde wig.
Hello.
Jurina then in her outfit, her sparkly outfit.
Jurina looked ridiculous. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put that out there. I didn't realize her Opie situation was so incredibly blessed. 'Cause you can
It's
never
pushed
tell.
up.
Yeah,
It's
indeed.
pushed up. Come on.
Thank you, Jurina. I don't care
Yeah.
if it's pushed up or not. It's thank you.
It was funny
Thank
though.
you.
She was during the stream. Someone made a request, like doing like sexy poses, and finally she sang the whole song
right.
of Aka Pinwheel to Professor,
All right.
but
Uh,
in that dress, and then it's
Yeah.
like, okay. And also, yeah, Nachan in her dress, and she made fun of her opais, like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
small. Someone in showroom made a great joke. It's like she was showing, like, oh yeah, the backside is naked. Like it's very revealing. And then someone in chat said, "Which side is the backside?" And then she started laughing, like, "That's
Wow.
cruel." Hey, because of the whole
Ouch.
situation. But that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, can't wait for that show actually.
That's
So
next
it's-
week,
it-
I would say.
Yeah, it's been
next week.
revealed that the 46 single is actually the title song. So I didn't expect that.
Oh, interesting.
Do you think that was a last minute decision, or did they already know in advance that High Tension was the theme song for it?
I think it was a last minute
Mm.
decision. I would say it's so random. Or the song itself doesn't scream Hostess Club and such, and the show is going to be Hostess.
Well, to be honest,
so-
it's called Tension, and then High Tension,
Well,
you have
true.
a girl on your side. Maybe that's the thing.
Well, maybe, but the style of the song doesn't really fit the whole setting of the Kabasuka Gakuen drama, I would say. But that might just be.
I don't think the center doesn't feel the type of the song actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering. Well, I would say that it does kind of have the feeling of it being a last minute. Let's just attach this to the show so we can, make more sales. But I would also say that if anything, it might have just been a tie-in, just because AKB now seems like it is impossible for them to release a song without it being attached to a movie, a commercial, a TV show. It just seems impossible anymore.
Well-
And I think that seems to be more the direction AKB has been going lately anyways, and I don't know if that's because of money issues, but just look at the creation STU48. I mean, come on. I mean,
It's on a
Well,
boat.
true, yeah, it's on the
it's
boat.
on a
yeah.
cruise ship. I mean, come on. But it's like that clearly speaks of let's tie in AKB with this. But in fairness to AKB, they're so popular and they do make good ambassadors because they're all about being cool and friendly and fun. That it would make sense that it would be part of all these different things in Japan because Japan's all about the kawaii. I mean, you can't even go buy tires for a car in Japan without seeing some kawaii anime idol
Well,
there
true,
or
true,
commercial.
true.
I mean, I saw
Yeah.
on a package of steak in a convenience store like an anime figure on the steak, and I'm like, do I really need to see this when I'm just buying meat? But it's like that's
No.
just Japan. So
I think when I was in Japan last year, I think I saw some anime characters on a packet of cigarettes. I was like, I don't even smoke. I was like, eh?
Okay.
It's just so in that sense, I think
Yeah.
that going back to the song, it makes sense it could tie in because that's just it's just more promotion overall.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Have you looked at the trailer though from the show?
I have not because I have
Not
no
yet.
interest in seeing it.
I don't know.
Oh, you want to be surprised or you don't want to see the show actually?
For me, Majisuka ended beautifully on the last one. That was so brutal and violent and amazing.
Yeah.
And they went so far out and just I don't know, to me that was you can't get better than that one. Unless they they bring in the new crop of girls and kill them all off. But this has such a different feel to it. The cabaret thing is like, I mean, maybe to see them look how awesome they look in their outfits, but I don't. I think that would get old after the first episode.
Yeah.
But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's a good story. We'll see.
All right, so basically in the trailer,
Yeah.
they showed a
Yeah.
lot of members. They didn't really show a lot about the show, just more of, like you said, the members in their
Yeah.
dresses.
Mhm.
The one thing I noticed though, um, the only old school generation member I would say is in it is Mayuyu. So
Oh, really?
I didn't see
Really?
Yukirin in the trailer. You see Saine in the trailer, but she is acting like the mama from the business.
Right, right.
And Jurina, she is old generation, but she's also still new generation. I
Yeah.
think she still
Yeah.
needs to be the one
Yeah.
like leading the group on that side. But other than that, you see like Komiyama, you see like Mion, Mako, and all the way like a lot of NMB members, fresh NMB members. So I think
Mhm.
this is like the new generation. So it may be part of old Majiska,
Mhm.
but most of the characters are thrown out and just fresh members into it. So this is will be a fresh new start. It will be part 6, like in the series, but I don't think it has any tie-ins to. I hope not, because like you said, I don't agree how Majiska 5 ended is a great ending. It's like it started out great and then suddenly it's just every episode and then everyone just like gone. It ended in a cluster of mess, in my opinion. How it ended.
Right, right.
So I want to see this. It will be a fan service show, of course, but
To be expected.
I'm still gonna watch it. Just
I
it looks
mean,
interesting.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
true.
I mean, maybe I'll watch one or two just to, because eventually my curiosity always wins out in these situations. But
Yeah.
to me, it looks like it's gonna be like season 3 out of the whole series. It's just gonna be like 3 and 6 are gonna be kind of like
Oh, right,
the
right.
side
random,
seasons.
yeah.
Like the random ones to me, like five just, I see personally, I like the fact that it was a bloodbath at the end. I like that everybody got clipped because I thought it was so brutal, and I like Jurina's little end there too. I just thought it was good, but I understand what you're saying. Like maybe it didn't have as much of an emotional effect. If 6 ties in at all to that, I mean, it just would be impossible. Especially, I mean, with Saine. I mean, Saine clearly got wasted in
Yeah.
5. So
Wow.
if she's coming back as like the Mama-san, then that's it can't be part of the same universe, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Why,
I mean, if it's good,
why
it's
would
good.
you
See.
run with dynamite? Why don't you throw it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like you said, like maybe I'll check it out. I mean, especially if you watch and you tell me it's like it's worth checking out. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I mean, if anything, for no reason. I mean, if I can see Dreen in her outfit, yeah, I think I'll watch.
Yeah, I also watched the new recent show with Pararu in it, Nasi Goreng.
Oh, si Goreng. What?
Any good?
I don't know. Dear. Oh dear.
Now I gotta say, it's a comedy, of course.
Uh-huh.
It's a detective
Mhm.
comedy, like 80s detective style. My problem is, so Pararu is the main boss, and everybody's oh surprise, so young. It's like okay, we get the joke, but she has this one emotion. That's the whole show of her. Hopefully it advances, but the pilot episode is like I'm not getting anything different out of it. And then minute 17 of the show happens. Suddenly, they throw curtains on all the whiteboards. They turn the lights off. A disco ball comes up, and then they start singing. And I'm like, what? I was following a
What?
detective show. Why are they singing? And it's like
What?
it takes you out of the show so much, and then it's like, oh, now I'm confessing. It's like if this is the theme of the show, I'm not gonna follow it.
Oh dear.
So,
Mm.
but it
Sounds
wasn't
pretty
it
bad.
wasn't the worst. It's just what?
So random.
Very random, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's Paru's like, I think in a way we could think, is this going to be her,
Or what?
Like, is this her future? Is this what she's going to want to do, is like stuff like this? I
don't
mean,
know, man.
you have to wonder if she's going to try to go down the TV road or the movie road. And if that's the case, yeah, I don't know. Like when she leaves AKB, it's almost like I'm just saying goodbye to her overall. I wish her good luck,
Yeah.
but just the fact you're telling me this, it's like you're already misstepping, girl. Come on. You know, like
Well,
Yeah,
she needs to expand on her acting style. Right now, it's this
yeah.
what it still feels like. Salt is in the room.
yeah,
Ah, I see. I see.
yeah.
She still has that that angered face, and even well in the preview she started smiling in the next episode, so maybe she'll do throw it like a 180. But it
Let's
felt
hope so.
like I am the serious boss man, and I'm the boss. You need to listen. It's like
Mm.
Okay, okay.
got it. Okay.
I mean,
So yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I mean, you know, there's certain characters you see in Hollywood that they only do that role. I mean, Sam Jackson plays Sam Jackson perfectly. I can't picture him not playing Sam Jackson. So in that sense,
Mm,
and you know what I'm talking about. So it's like in the same sense, Peru is fine if she wants to be, you know, the salty girl all the time, or just the you know the emotionally flat character. But then if that's what she chooses to do and not expand her acting abilities, she needs to find roles that really capitalize on that,
yes.
and like
Yeah.
really capitalize, like puts her in a position where that's held up and she could play to it, instead of like you know being put in some comedy where it's singing and like she stands out and not in a good way. So you
Yeah.
know we'll see. Like I said, she's already misstepping. I you know, but that it seems like with Peru, you just can never tell.
Yeah, exactly. It's
You
more
just can't
like
tell this girl.
let's just hope she can expand her. Uh, let's just hope she can expand her emotions and such on screen.
Right.
Because I don't know, man. I have my doubts. I have my doubts.
Mm.
Yeah, or stick with the saltiness, but just
Yeah,
find
exactly.
roles that better fit you. That like you want to play the bad girl, then find roles that really make you the bad girl, and you play it well. You know, so we'll see what she does.
All right, we're already almost at the 30-minute mark, so I really
Ah,
want to talk about this
Oh,
since
okay.
I think people want to hear this. Big news from the week. Well,
Yeah.
this is my specialty since it's the one who I feel is the weakest in the whole group. Um, I called it. I predicted it. I didn't expect it was from this group though. NMB48 had a shuffle. They announced it on their
Yeah.
sixth
Yeah.
anniversary stage, or not concert even, not stage.
Yeah.
So they shuffled the whole groups, and when I look at it, well, Yamato Saika is still captain, so that
Pretty
didn't
mm-hmm.
much.
change. I don't know. Like I said, NMB is very unknown to me, even though I actually really try to get into them, but it's very hard for me. I see that Team M Kawakami Rena is now captain, and for Team B2 is Kushiro Rina. So the captains has changed except for Yamamoto.
Mhm.
Some of the Kankuse has been promoted. But other than that, nothing big. Nothing big happened except for the last one, and I think Derek could be elaborate on this
Yeah.
bit.
Hmm.
So we had another
Yeah.
graduation
Yeah.
announcement, and this one is
Yes.
by what is her name again?
Keiichi, Jonishi Kei. Oh dear.
Jonishi.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
So
dear.
go ahead.
Go for it.
I have some things to say about this. First of all, you know, Keiichi was one of the better members of NMB. She was a trooper, first generation. You know, somebody you can always count on showing up and really giving it her all. I think that's pretty normal for all the first gen NMB members, because they went through the most heck when they had to start NMB. All the weight was on their shoulders to make NMB
Hmm.
happen, and Keiichi, she felt that probably more than most. Also, too, she's one of the most beautiful members in the entire AKB48 group, and she's been honored as such, I think, several times in several different variety shows,
Yep.
and just overall incredible. But two things about this. Number one, and I'm just throwing this out there to all the NMB fans, but what the heck is it with NMB members releasing photo books and then graduating right afterwards? So let me give you my points on this.
Mm.
Kotani Riho, who I love, and actually who is now named Miyaki Riho for whatever reason. Miyaki slash Kotani. She, you know, released Jaguchi, which was an incredible and fun and interesting photo book. They kind of
Yeah.
capitalized on the
Mhm.
fact she came from a poor environment, and you know, even Aki P said, you know, this is the most different, you know, photo book I've ever
Yeah.
seen. And then she graduates right afterwards. I mean, literally like that. So I was thinking, okay, whatever. And then, we have Milky, and she just put out her photo book, and then she graduates. Okay, of course, I think in her case it's her second photo book, but she released hers, and then she's gone. And then you have Kichi. She just released Shogai Jonishi Sengen, which is the title of her photo book, not that long ago. I guess maybe last year or whatever, but she's gone. I'm just blown away. Like what is it with NMB members doing this? Because this is 3 now that we've had, and 2 of them are huge names.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I would say Miyaki / Kotani, she would have been big. I think if she would have just stayed. She was gaining traction with fans, and I think a lot of fans really wanted to see her succeed because she's sort of like a rags to riches story. And
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I can get behind a rags to riches story on any girl in the group, but she particularly made it a point to say, hey, I came from nothing. And I think she got so much popularity, and then boom, she's gone. See you later. So Kichi's now following this long tradition, upstanding tradition of NMB members who graduate right after putting a photo book, which leads me to say that the next girl in NMB that puts out a photo book will graduate. I'm calling it right now. Okay, so
Yeah.
just throwing that out there. That's point 1.
Exactly.
Point two. Okay, I really know that like this year and last year especially, we have seen a gigantic amount of AKB48 members graduate from all the teams. NMB is in such a weakened, fractured state. Between losing Yamada Nana,
Yeah.
and then Milky, Kotani. I'm even gonna throw her in there, and now Kechi. Like Sayane is just. I just really fear for NMB's like overall existence because they haven't put out, I think, a really decent single in a while, and there's no word about another album coming from them. There's nothing, and all they're doing right now at this point is surviving and being part of the AKB48 group, family.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
if you look at Keiichi graduating, she couldn't have picked a worse time to do it because I think all the first gens that are still left, which I don't think there's many.
9.
9, yeah, that's so little of a number. They all need to really come up with a plan to put NMB back to their original out of the gates glory. Because when they first showed up, bam, they killed it. They absolutely slayed it with all their songs. Their dancing was so impeccable. It was this fresh new group. Who's Milky? Who's Signing? I mean, you couldn't help but love them. And now we're seeing it's this whole new fresh wave domination of fresh young girls that are killing all the groups from NGT. HKT still manages to be fresh. And even AKB48, we're starting to see a lot of the younger members getting their comeuppance. Team 8 is full of fresh members. It seems like that's where everything's gravitating. NMB is still kind of this like solid pillar of, like you said, you have 9 members, still a small amount, but they're holding up NMB. They were so incredibly well. I just really think with Keiichi graduating, I hate to be a doomsday talker because I don't believe in doomsday talk when it comes to AKB48, but NMB's in trouble, and Keiichi was a good sign of that, and I hate to see her go. She was, and plus for no other reason, she was probably one of the best eye candy girls in the entire AKB48 group. And she was just a great dancer too. I mean, just watching her in Kamen Eggs for the first time when I saw her in that, like her moves particularly, she stands out. Like she's sharp. She kind of puts Sayane on check there on a lot of her stuff, and now she's gone. So
Yeah.
I'm really
Currently, on this date, there are 11 NMB members who are graduating and announced graduation.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, if you look at this list, it's amazing though. It's funny though. HKT has 3. JKT also has a lot. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. SNH, if we still count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. Nogizaka has also a few. Then we go to SKE as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on AKB, well, AKB is the biggest, but still they have a lot. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 graduations. Except for Nyanyan, to be honest, because she just announced yesterday or today on her showroom. Her graduation concert is going to be on February 2017. I'm like, You announced it in July. It's almost another year. So it's like, I'm finally graduating in about a year or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Takamina route actually.
Well, the thing is, Takamina's like, I'm announcing it now because I want to make my last year special. And just like,
Yeah.
I'm graduating, ish, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True.
Well, I would say in terms let me just back up for a second for what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah.
With Shanghai 48, let's just never talk about them again because they're like all evil, and that whole group like can just kiss my butt because well, not the girls, because I know they have nothing to do with this, but the management and what they did to AKB. I don't care, like that could be a whole other discussion, but honestly, like they're dead to me. So I would say in terms of Jakarta, it's interesting you said they had a lot, because I thought they were one of the more solid groups, even though they're not in Japan. They've always put out great stuff, great music. I'm all about Jakarta and everything they've done, but yeah, they've had a pretty rough year. But look, NMB is technically the second in terms of graduations and everything. It kills me because Cyane's feeling that, because Cyane is NMB, and I think like she's the Takamina of NMB, and it's like she needs to come up with something, because Futon and like Shiroma, I mean they're awesome, but they're not leaders yet. I'm still calling it. I still think they need to grow. Fresh Lemon is not Fresh Lemon. Mior, I mean she's not like a big enough or leader type. So you really have nobody else. You have nobody else in that group that can stand up to Sayane anymore. I mean Kechi, even she couldn't, but at least she was just solid. Like she was like your go-to person. Like your utility girl.
With that reason, I think Sayane just extended her stay at NMB.
Yeah.
Like we are predicting she would leave after her album comes out and see how the sales were doing. But I think at the moment when you, I don't know if you've seen this, but at the moment she announced her graduation, then Sayane was looking like I had this look on her face like,
I can't leave.
dang it, now I have to stay. I can't. I love NMB too much, and if I leave, then it falls
Collapses.
apart.
It collapses.
Okay, but you know what I just thought of is that they could be saved here, and Sayane could get out of her leadership responsibility if she really wanted to, if AKB48 does a mass shuffle again, like another big switch up, and they put a bunch of members in NMB that shouldn't be there, or never would have been. I think they tried Karen for a while and Yuihan and everything, and it was good, but I think they came too early in terms of a shuffle. If they were to come now, particularly Yuihan, I think NMB would be fine, because Yuihan now is being Sokentoku and everything. It would just work so well for her, and I think Sayane could say, okay, the Sokentoku is part of us. I'm good. Versus before when they came, they had so much power and they were going so strong. They didn't even need Karen and Yuihan, to be honest. But Yukaren's now with NGT and Yuihan, Yukaren's with NGT and Yuihan is Sokentoku. She probably has to stay in Tokyo for that reason. Yep. But if they do a big shuffle, like through one of their next concerts coming up, it's very possible that we could see a very strong leader go to NMB and help Sayane out. And if I was AKB's management, now would be the best time to do that. Honestly, not that I like shuffles. I think it's very disruptive.
There's one name that comes to mind. I really don't want it to happen.
Who's that?
Takahashi Juri, Team 4 captain. The thing is, she is probably the next Sokantaku.
I can see it.
I can see it indeed.
And her relationship with Sayane is very close. They're very good friends together.
Yep.
Like they went to Disneyland recently this week. And you can see always when I watch the request hour in the backstage, you always see them together and having fun and talking to each other. So I think she is the key, but I really don't want her to leave Team 4.
Yeah, but you know what? Team 4 has got so much power. Yeah, they're such a powerhouse team, and you could literally take any of those girls on Team 4, any of them, and they would make great captains. And I mean, Nachan, hello. So it's I'm just saying, like
I don't want it.
NMB.
I don't want it.
But I don't want NMB to suffer either. And trust me, you should get more familiar with them, Robin. They're amazing. I'm trying
to.
Beginning. Yeah, please do, because I'm all about the girls from Osaka. They're amazing.
Okay.
But jury would be interesting. That'd be
Yeah.
very cool. It'd be different.
Ooh, yeah.
Actually, I like that idea. We should write them, tell them. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I know. I have an idea how to look. I'm not saying I'm the business type and anything, but I know
Uh-huh.
a bit of stuff. You know, this would be good
Yeah.
for business, or this would be good for business.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm
Sure.
still saying, Fujitanana SKE Kenin position would
Yep.
be a good for
Yep.
business.
Ooh,
Oh,
Stuff like
yes.
that.
I can see that.
But I like Team 4 right now. I don't want to see a
Yeah.
difference.
Well, but look at it this way. It would be a good chance to practice managing a whole team as in NMB48 before eventually succeeding Yuihan
Yep,
as the
yep. I'm not saying it's bad for business. I like her in Team 4. That's the thing.
Up to-
That it's her Team 4. I know
That's-
Minigishi made the Team 4 what it is today, but the powerhouse since Takashi Jiri went into that
Yeah.
Team 4, it was on the rise. They went like up. It's like, all right, we're now
Yep.
there. It's like Michan was the mother, and the kids, and now the mother
Yeah.
was leaving. So now the little birds have to fly on their own, and well, they have a leader that they can follow still, like the leader of the Platinum Flight, Flying V and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also think a good leader makes all of the team members leaders unto themselves. I think a really good leader teaches everybody how to lead, and
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm saying you could put any of those girls in the leader position, they would do great. Jury services in that same sense. Since you said she's helped bring Team 4 in the rise, imagine what she could do with somebody like NMB that are really
exactly.
struggling, have a great name to them, and honestly, like. That's actually probably one of the best ideas I've heard in a long time. So I'm kind of, even though I know you don't want it, I think it's a great thing
Yeah.
business-wise. I think you're very smart to say that, Robin. And let's hope for it, or let's hope for something like that, because NMBs, they need help. And I'm hoping that they're not going to be a sinking ship, the first sister group to disband since SDN. So
Yeah.
let's hope that doesn't happen.
Well, even
Exactly.
if they're on a sinking ship, they always can jump ship onto STU-48 since they're on a boat.
Nice
I
nice
see what you
technique.
did there.
Nice
That was
technique.
funny.
Wow.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't
Nice technique.
want to see a group failing, even though
Mm.
it's just reality right now. But let's just hope there will be a change. That, like maybe next year will be NMB's year. Like, all right, here are now the members, Heroes Roar, and then we're like all focused on NMB. But yeah, like I said, I watched Genyon a couple of times. It's pretty funny. I watch the other shows, like the YNN shows. It's just
Oh, yeah.
it's just it feels like all of them are following this. This is a problem. So, like Saine is their leader, and Saine can stand out, and others are thinking I need to follow her to stand out, and that's the problem. You're all trying the same thing, except for I even don't know her name right now. The one who's the weirdest of them all, with always the weirdest
Ripo.
color. Yeah, no, not Ridipon.
Oh, Momoka.
Yeah,
Kinoshita Momoka.
She has her out, but she really doesn't care. She just want to make money. That's what she stated all along.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
they all have this formula they're using, and they all now are blending in together, so no one stands out. And that's my problem with NMB. It's like, if I see a face, it's like, who are you again? And even now, still, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen you, or even like that. And that's the problem.
Right.
Someone needs to
Right,
stand
that's
out.
right.
I would say that's interesting you said, because I think like you look at like NMB has Fuji Reina, and Rainian's been around forever, and I would say like she would make a good leader, but she's always been more of a follower. I've always sensed that she's never been a leader type. Momoka, she doesn't care, like you said, she does not care about anything, but that's what makes her so amazing. But she would not be a good leader. And then if you look at the other members in the group, like Fuchan's she's cute, but I don't think she's a leader. Shiroma Miru is just, I think she's also kind of weird, but she's also just more of a pretty face at this point. And that's not to detract from cause she's a great dancer, and I get it. But I think like overall, And she's a great voice. She has a wonderful voice. You know, when I heard her live singing during the sports festival, and she did Kamen Egex. She was the lead in Kamen Egex on the Takamina graduation concert special. Her voice soared, and she was singing live because I was right there. I heard her. But I would say even her is not really leadership material. You need somebody like a Sayane there, and they're just out of the enormously
There's
talented
no one,
group that
no.
NMB is. There isn't anyone because, like you said, they're all falling. Although Fuji Reina would be a good choice because of her veteran experience, but she's just in fact I think she's gonna be the next one to put out a photo book and then say she's graduating. I'm just calling it right now. So.
Well, true.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, like I said, hopefully it'll work out later.
Yeah.
So anything else you've been watching or want to talk about before we go? Not really?
No,
Lots of showrooms.
Lots of showrooms.
Lots of showrooms, yeah.
And yeah, another graduation announcement, but from the Nogisaka 46 side, Hashimoto Nanami is coming with
That was a
goods.
surprise. That was
Yeah.
a huge surprise.
Yeah.
She's been there forever, man.
Yeah,
So.
it's
Also,
believe it.
she's also been struggling since her debut with a disease. So
Yeah.
it's most of the time she's been
that's great.
sick, and I think maybe it's finally because she's ending entertainment completely.
Yep.
She's stopping. She has no desire to continue in entertainment anymore. She wants to be like a family person in her later life.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, that can happen. You don't have to be an entertainer after idol group. Look at former Team K member who now has her second child coming on. So that's going fast as well.
Who?
What's
that?
her guy? Bachan from what's her name? Megumi?
Oh,
Yeah,
Orimigu.
yeah, Orimigu.
Oh, Mitan.
Yeah.
Oh, she said
Nathan,
she's
yeah.
another child coming.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that. Awesome.
I
Good for
think-
her.
think she was pregnant again.
Oh,
Like,
good
wow.
like,
for her.
yeah. So she's busy, getting a family.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Oh wow.
No, yeah, but
Awesome.
yeah, Nogisaka is still a first generation member. She is center
Yeah.
of the latest song and now graduating. I'm getting lately into Nogisaka. It's pretty hard because compared to the others, AKB is more of an energy explosion, and Nogisaka is more of a
More of a classic.
classy
yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
group, and it
yeah.
is more laid back. And since I'm a very hyper energetic, raging person, I just need those
Yeah, I can imagine.
energy explosions on that
Yeah,
side.
Nogi has her charm. I give him a lot of respect for keeping up with AKB, and I think even at times surpassing AKB here and there. But I would say for me, like when I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen some of their shows like Nogi Bingo and stuff. Some of those girls are really funny, but they don't like you said, Ram. I don't think they have the kind of high energy that a lot of AKB members bring to the table. I will say though. Oh my God, are those girls gorgeous? Like, there's not an ugly one among them, or at least if there is, even their ugliest one is like, to me, like a 10 here in America.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I mean, like Shirai, I'm gonna completely destroy her name, but Shirai Shimai.
Shirai
I
Shimai.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, and Nishino Nanase, like those two are just like, like
Shirai Shimai
I mean,
is just too perfect.
Yeah.
She's too perfect. Exactly. She's. You know what's funny about her? If she would have been an AKB like way back when AKB started, Ai-chan wouldn't have. I don't think Ai-chan would have been it. It would have been her because she she's a
canceled.
perfect face.
She was not applied. Approached for a Kenyan position
Oh, right,
instead of
Right.
Iko Marin. And
Right.
she's like, no, I'm Nogisaka. And she even later make a joke about it on a TV show. She's like, as a Batsu game, she had to sing Everyday
she does so
Katusha.
good. Yeah.
And she threw it on the ground like, no, what the hell, I'm Nogisaka.
Yeah.
And they forced her to do it again. And she did the first few lines. And he's like, are you kidding
mic
me? And
away.
then throw the mic again on the ground. Amazing.
Nah,
But yeah, she would have killed.
she's loyal.
She would have. But yeah, she's very loyal. But that's the thing. She's like, we are supposed to be the rival. I'm gonna stay Nogisaka. But yes, Shiraishi is my favorite on Nogisaka for if I have favorite. But the other one I like it's what like you said it's Akimoto Manatsu. Am I saying right?
Oh, she's
Another-
great.
She's
She's
so
funny.
funny, but
Yeah,
also
she's
very
funny.
pretty on that type. It just And when those two band together, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have no problem with Nogi. I just never got into them like like same with you. Like I'm very much the same in that they're just too low key for me. But I would say I give them a lot of respect for sticking around like they did. So and
I
hopefully
watch
they
them
keep going.
occasionally, just not as
Yeah,
following
same
as
here.
AKB,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's like, oh, it's Nogisaka. I can watch this. If it's not interesting, then I click it away.
Right,
Right now,
exactly.
I'm more interested in their sister group, Kayakizaka 46.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
songs are on point, and their variety is not that strong. But
That
they,
can be trained though. That
yeah,
can be trained.
they have
Oh, they're
their
getting there.
they have their own Akimoto Sayaka. It's Oda Nana. She has the weird quirky type and also
All
athletic.
right, right, right. Yeah.
So it's funny enough, I'm looking at what my favorite members are from every group, and it seems like every one of those members are a pillar of the group. And I think that's my favorite type of member. You know, that's being a
Right, right.
pillar. You know, that's that keeps the
Yeah.
group together. So like seriousness, but also quirky and fun. I think that's the
Mm.
combination for
Ah,
me.
yes, yes, yes.
Well, they're the best idols because they're the ones that you can actually attach a personality to. They're not just a pretty face. I mean, they're and not just a good singer or dancer, because those are all almost prerequisites to be in an idol group.
Exactly.
Although, granted, AKB has definitely broken the mold with that with some of the girls. Like if you look at Izarina, she's not exactly
yeah.
the prettiest girl,
Yeah.
but she's got a great personality.
Yep.
And actually, she has gotten prettier over the years because she's definitely lost a lot of weight since she first started. If we're to attribute weight with prettiness, but that's a whole other discussion because there's girls that are bigger and look gorgeous and vice versa.
Yep.
But I would say in terms of the idol world, you know, when you can find girls that stand out, whether it's the Momokas with their purple hair and their don't give a crap attitudes, Mayoshi, she's literally insane.
Have you watched her showroom, by the way?
No, because I always miss it. I know that makes me a terrible person, but
No, not
I've been
really,
wanting
but
to.
It's fine.
But she's I gotta watch it. Yeah, but I would say whether like girls like her or or in your case you like the pillar girls, the girls that really stand out. Those girls that stand out tend to have the strongest personalities as well. I mean, if you look at Sayane, I mean she's an incredible singer, dancer, all that, but she has a great personality. She's funny. I mean, she can be variety in 1 second, and she could be the best singer on the stage the next. So it's interesting, like if Nogi can have more of those type of girls that really will just capture your attention from 3 miles away, like you just cannot not pay attention to them, then yeah, I think I'd follow them more. But AKB's full of girls like that. I mean, really, if you think about it, they're just full of them. And you have a lot to pick from, like even in NGT, like I like Katamina because she's insane, and she's fun, and she can twirl baton, and she can do flips, and also she knows the game already. Like she's a good marketer. I like girls that are smart and intelligent like that too.
she's doing showroom as well lately. I think she's one of the stronger ones.
I caught one of hers, and I was very impressed with her. And plus, she's just fun to. I like her overall demeanor. She's cool. But for me, like you like the strong ones. I like the absolutely crazy ones, the ones that make no sense, like the Yamada Namis who do this all the time, or the Mayoshi Tani who just literally. I think she should be tested for insanity. So it's just. I just love girls like that because they're so much fun. When I watch AKB, I want to escape. I want to have fun, and she epitomizes that. So.
Yep.
Who do you like, DX? Just curious. Like, what girls really stand out for you?
I used to be more of the pillar type of person. Like, my Kamiyoshi will always be Takamina, but lately I've been more into Komi, that type of girl, Komi.
Komiharu.
Yeah, and lately that type of girl really attracts me for some reason. And actually, in the new generation of HKT, the fourth generation, I actually already found my Oshi, I would say. And that would be Takeda Tomoka, or Moka-chan from the HKT fourth generation. Yeah. I don't know. She's a bit silent at the latest Okage, but somehow I get attracted to her for some reason. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
So
you're like
you're already decided after one episode?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, man.
That's pretty good.
Awesome.
So yeah,
she is pretty much unknown right now, but I really like her. She has a bit of a silent demeanor, and
you never know. You never know. Maybe there'll be an ace in the future.
Well,
Yeah.
That's the
Well, I mean,
that's the
look at
beauty of it.
yep.
look at
Well,
AKB's
yeah.
new audition, and look at the one girl we all kind of instantly got to. I mean, she has Ace written all over her. So I mean, you never know, but it might be the silent one that comes out and comes from the fold. I mean, just look at Sachi. When she started, she was I don't want to say a nobody, but she wasn't like this dominating presence in AKB.
No,
Now
no,
look
no.
at the girl.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. She's a
she
media powerhouse now.
right? But before she had to stand in line. You know, it was Achan, Yuko, and Mariko, and
Yep.
Tomo-chan. Oh, and then there's Sashi.
Yeah.
Now look at her.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean,
exactly.
It was like, is this Kitahara or is this Sashihara? That was the problem.
yeah.
always.
Yeah,
Like
exactly,
you two look the same. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. No, 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 no. But
Yeah.
amazing how things can change, and that's what I also like about idol life, like seeing them grow, and you never know who will be a star. And like the whole sentence is now like an AKB life lesson, like hard work will always get rewarded. You'll see it
Or-
eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Or if I were to give an example from virtually being nobody, how about Miyawaki Sakura?
Yeah, geez, my goodness. Because when HKT was first all like up and coming, it was all about Tashima Meru and
Exactly.
and Kodama Harupi, but
Later.
even her, she came a little later. But it was all about Tashima. Like
Yep.
she was the leader, the captain. She was the one everyone was looking to. And then boy, did that change.
Exactly.
She's still there.
Now, yeah, she's still there, but she's
I also found out what Sakura meant. The thing is with Tashimaru, what's her age right now, Tashihara Meru?
Tashima Meru? Let
Yeah.
me take a look.
they're all pretty young.
Yeah.
You know what's been developing at Tashima Meru? So
Mm.
I've been looking, it's like
She's
everybody-
now 16. She's now 16, by the way.
16. So that's the thing. So I've been noticing this. Recently we talked about that Miyosaka made the mistake about the tweet about Pampan, like bursting out. So Tashima Meru isn't big or any fat, except at one part, her chest area. So,
Ah.
but she's getting bigger, and her face is also getting bigger on that side. Her arms and legs are fine; they're perfect. But now in proportion, it looked like she has is she fat or is she? No, she's getting bigger in the chest area because she's getting older. It's age.
Yep.
But it's funny to see that, and it's weird to see. But maybe she's getting a comeback. Everything can change when you get older. It's the same thing with. I will still say with Jurina, even so Jurina is the top one always. She's still now 18 or 19. 19.
Yep, exactly.
It's not even
19,
an adult.
looking like
Yep.
she's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
way-
what success will do with you, though.
her work ethic is like she's 30, but she's still on the rise. You have members who are 24, 20 old, 27 even, Nyan Nyan. 28 now. You never know. It can always change.
True.
Well, yeah, I think in that sense, when you decide to be an idol and you devote your life to it and you plod along and you try to vie for a spot in the spotlight, there's a lot of things you can bring to the table to make that happen. Like if you look at Katamina and NGT, she immediately stood out because she can do flips on stage. She's a baton twirler and she's also a natural leader. So she immediately jumped to the top of that group. And then you look at somebody like Oguri Yui from Team 8, and she just sort of happened to be thrown in the spotlight. I think more because of her good looks, but also because that's her personality. She's sort of like I don't want to say like a victim of circumstance. That's kind of a weird way to put it. But she's somebody who just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
And then you look at somebody like Teneman, who won the Junkin, who probably not in a million years thought she would ever be in the spotlight, but there she
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
But the best girls are the ones that make their own spot. Like Jurina was thrust into the spotlight when she was just a little kid, when she was the center of Ogoe Diamond, and that wasn't her choice by far, neither was it AKB's choice either to have this little girl be it. But she made the best of it. She ran with it. She proved to everyone that she deserved that spot, and she has never looked back. So sometimes all it takes is a little spark to get one of those girls, like the quiet ones, like DX Takamina, to just boom, just be off and running, and you never know when that's gonna happen. And that's one of the best parts about being a fan of an idol.
Exactly.
You just never know when around the corner, when the Peru graduates, who's the next Peru gonna be, or when Koji Haro leaves, who's the next one that's gonna get the claim to fame for the one of the most prettiest girls in the AKB or idol world or what have you. And I live for those moments, man. Like when Yamada
Yeah.
Nanami came out of nowhere and everybody started paying attention to her for that short time. It was because she stepped out. She was given an opportunity. So I think like NMB needs that. They need an opportunity to showcase some of these girls that you said, Robin, are
All right.
all kind of seeing.
Yeah.
I'm,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna cut you off right there because
Please,
we have
cut me off.
now 1 minute left. So
Oh wow.
we are wrapping up
Okay.
this episode.
Let's wrap up.
Go to DerekVasconi.com if you want more of his talk about idols. Of course, we're still waiting on a list. It's coming. Don't worry about it.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Sorry.
You can follow me on Twitter at RageBolly. Message me, talk about topics, talk anything about the show you want. More information, go to there. And of course, at the same thing, at DXDakamina on Twitter. Follow him, ask questions, do the whole thing. With that, thank you for watching this week episode of 48 to Talk, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Ciao ciao.
Bye.
Ciao ciao.